Hello everyone, this is JPL, and today I'm joined with...
Christopher!
And this is Podcast Name in Brackets. Hello, Christopher. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty fine. I can't complain. What about you?
I'm doing fine. We just finished our first weekend of a show that we opened.
Why aren't you guys... Did you guys do a show today earlier? Or
Yes, we did.
Okay, gotcha.
Sundays we do earlier.
Okay. Gotcha. I
It's
was
a
like,
one-show
wait,
day,
why are
so-
you here?
Yeah,
Okay.
So yeah, we did that. It was fine.
How many more shows? You got like one more week left in it?
We have one more weekend left. I was doing the mixing for half of these shows.
Because the main guy got COVID, right?
No, me and Akali are like alternating shows.
Okay.
So I do one show, he does another show. We also have two different casts for this show.
Okay.
So I'm doing one cast, he's doing another cast.
Okay. That's fun.
It's fun. So opening night I bombed so hard.
What happened?
I don't know. I was just making like
I don't know.
I was making so many basic mistakes. So like I was like half a second too late on their entrances. Like they started speaking before their mic went on. I accidentally forgot to turn off someone's mic.
We love that.
They were talking backstage and people could hear that. And like, sure, normally that's fine, but like my boss, like he was in the audience, trying to listen to everything. He comes running in to tell me like, John, turn off their mic. But that's not the half of it. The dean of our school also came running in to tell me to turn it off.
Rip you.
Yeah, it was a time.
Uh-huh.
I just went on.
Were you just tired, or it just happened?
So like it could be like opening night jitters or something.
Uh-huh.
But I wasn't really feeling stressed about it. It could also have just been the day before my colleague was mixing, so I wasn't like in the studio like fully engaged with the show. So like I had a day in between.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like that mixed up my flow or something. Or maybe it was just like my focus was all over the place. So who knows? But anyway, I like reviewed that night and I came back the next day and just nailed it. I nailed it. It was great.
Good.
It was a good feeling too.
Yeah.
But still, just like that was a time. I don't know what happened there, but that was a time.
Mm-hmm. I heard a story that one time here, like the guy didn't mute someone right away, and so as the lady was walking off stage, you could hear over the speakers, "Frickin' bird!" So that's pretty biblical.
Because like they've got animals.
Yeah.
There.
Wow. I hate because like I like knock on myself all the time, and to flub up a whole show like that.
I wouldn't say it was the whole show, but it was like important moments. Just things just happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was time. It was opening night too, where you shouldn't have any of that stuff.
Right. That's
but that's my fault for saying I'll do opening night.
So never again.
I won't say that. It was my decision.
Mm-hmm.
And
people were hurt. I'm kidding.
Sure. People were hurt. But anyway, top of that, we still have the buzzards doing that thing.
The birds. Sorry.
The birds.
When I hear buzzards, I think of the bugs.
All right. So the buzzards. You know, they're hanging around my house when I'm not.
They really like you, John.
No, so like,
why don't you like them back?
So like, what they're doing is like, I'm assuming they're like trying to find a good place to stay. So I see them going to different trees in our neighborhood, trying to find a good spot. And like every once in a while, they'll come to my tree. So we've got some owls, plastic owls that we put out there to hopefully deter them from getting on my roof, because they're pretty noisy when they're on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Roof.
So you're like watching stuff, and they're just having a party up there.
They are. Like, I can send you a video of what they're doing. It's like,
yeah,
I'm not really home when they do that, but it's like I don't want them to damage our roof because we just redid the roof this past summer. That's not cheap,
right?
And these giant birds are like ruining my yard. They should
pay for their damages.
Yeah. With their lives. Right, no.
Why
but
no?
yeah.
I'm kidding.
For now, we just got a couple owls that we're just putting out. Though their heads just move in the wind. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah, one of them makes noises if someone gets too close.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, these are fake owls.
Yes.
How much are these?
I don't know. My mom bought them.
Okay, well, if your mom bought them, who cares?
So, like, I put them out. I don't think it'll work because, like, it's not really I don't think it would deter them from getting on the roof.
So when did you put these up then? Seems recent. When did you put these owls up?
Like an hour ago.
Well,
so we'll see.
I'll need an update.
So we'll see. I don't know if I can update you, because I don't really know if it works or not. But, like, the better place to put them is on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't get up there because it's a roof.
Mm-hmm.
And the owls need to be on a level plane.
Mm-hmm.
The roof is slanted, of course, because it's a roof.
The way you're describing everything.
Thank you. So, it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
Oh, you have little faith.
Oh, maybe those birds are dumb enough to see something from a distance and be like, nope, I ain't dealing with that. But yeah.
Birds can be pretty dumb.
Yeah, so you didn't listen to the album, essentially.
Hey, John, why do you have to make a big deal out of this?
No, I'm just stating the obvious because like the audience is probably expecting us to do a review.
Were they?
Because you said we were setting this up for this next week to talk about the album.
You might be right.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't 100% expecting to be able to.
Okay. Well, you should have told me that, man.
I should have told you. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible friend.
Yeah, and so like I've also just been working way ahead on different mixtapes to do, which has been fun, listening to all that music. But it's also like, it's consuming me. As like I have all these playlists that I don't like having these playlists on my playlist section.
They get cluttery.
It does.
Not always fun.
And so like, as soon as you listen to them, they're gone.
Why?
Because like I said, I don't want that playlist.
Are you gonna like keep track of them like in a Word document or something?
Why?
You put time and effort into these playlists, John.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
No.
I guess you're just playing to immortalize.
Because like I'd rather just like listen to like the full album than just some mixtapes here and there.
So why are you so enamored by your mixtapes right now? If you don't care about them.
For you, Christopher.
Oh.
Because we talked about like maybe sharing albums to each other. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, you know what? I'll share some movie stuff with him. He can share his stuff with me. I won't care, but At least he cares about music, and that's what counts.
I am legitimately going to be interested when I send you a K-pop album.
Oh gosh.
It's literally just a pop album.
Yes. The only thing I know is Baby Metal, and that's years ago.
First off, that's metal.
Yes.
Second off, that's Japan.
Well, see, that's what I know.
Baby Metal is actually on the hiatus right now. I don't know if you know that. I mean, yeah, I don't really care either, but it's just interesting.
Anyway.
They're around for 10 years. Can you believe that? 10 years.
Well, yeah, we're that old. Yeah, but yeah, I have 3 current mixtapes. I told you one. One is like a basic movie mixtape where we just have like movie themes and stuff with a couple things that are just there for in between, and plus I like them.
Mm-hmm.
All
right, John. So, what are good movies with terrible soundtracks?
See, that's interesting. Because I don't really think about that.
You pretty much only focus on the soundtrack if it's good.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, like, it's not that you've had to listen to the soundtrack, but it's just like you're watching a movie and you're just like, what the crap?
I don't think I've heard like a bad soundtrack, but like I've definitely just thought that it was average.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of just mostly the case. It's either average or it's really good. Like, it's hard to find. Okay, actually, the one movie that the soundtrack stood out in a bad way was the original X-Men movie.
Okay. I mean, I actually like those movie soundtracks, but sure.
I mean, like, I haven't listened to the soundtrack, but like watching the movie, I'm just like, this is not contributing. It was just very much a product of its time in a bad way. That's what it felt like.
Okay.
I bet on its own, it's not bad, you know?
Sure.
But like during the movie, I'm just like, but if we're gonna be honest, the whole movie is its own thing. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, Christopher. Sure, I get you.
I have a lot of respect for the movie. Again, like what I said, it introduces the mutants. It really does.
I have to really think about that
because,
like.
So then, should I flip the question?
Flip the question.
Bad movies with good soundtracks.
Okay.
You're like, this movie sucks, but holy crap, this music rocks. Or not rocks, but you know what I mean. It's like,
all right. Well, let me look at my list here.
Oh, you have a list?
No, but let me look at like my mixtape and see if I have things in there.
The last Star Wars movie.
See, I wouldn't say that because the music there is just older music.
I was kind of joking about that. Okay, so that makes me wonder. The 8th one. How's the soundtrack for that movie?
It's fine.
Now I got a fun fact for you. I'm sorry. Rank the 9 Star Wars movies soundtracks.
I actually have been thinking about that.
Okay.
But it's like it's a difficult process because it's like which one's better than which. How do I determine which is which? So like I'm working through listening to all the soundtracks.
Oh wow! Okay.
Actually, I've been doing this for a while now to just see which one I prefer the more. Bad movies with good soundtracks. I have like I mean I probably have files somewhere where I have those songs. And like you really have to define what is it, what makes a bad movie as well.
But that's subjective.
Right. And so like for me, I don't think I have like a bad movie with good soundtrack. I have movies that I don't love, but I wouldn't call them bad movies.
Okay. Then are there any movies that fit in that category? Movies you don't love, but like
but they have decent soundtracks. I guess like sure, the sequel trilogy has some of that, but like again, a lot of it's just reused stuff. So yeah, I can't really answer that, Christopher, because if I don't notice the soundtrack while watching the movie, I don't ever go back to listen to it because it's not in my mind.
Gotcha.
That being said, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I was actually gonna
has a good soundtrack. It has a good soundtrack. I've not listened to it fully, but like I was reminded of that soundtrack because I saw the song and was like, oh yeah, Electro's theme is pretty good in this. It won't fit in my battle mix because it's just so out there, but it is a good soundtrack that I want to listen to it fully. But like looking throughout my different mixes, you have a lot of the same people.
Would you have a favorite composer? Is that John Williams?
John Williams is my favorite. The other ones that I'd say are good are Hans Zimmer. And then the one that you've definitely heard from, Michael Giacchino.
Right. Who did the Holland Spider-Man?
And a bunch of other Marvel stuff, but
which other Marvel one?
I mean, you'd be surprised. Like he's like,
I know he's done others. I just don't know which ones off the top of my head.
He's like one of those like go-to people where it's like, you need a composer, just get Michael. Which is true. I was actually thinking about this right before the podcast. I was remembering Rogue One. That movie. And one thing specifically that I remembered was that maybe like a month before the movie came out, like the original composer like dipped out for some reason. And so they just brought in Michael Giacchino to finish the score like a month before. And he did a good job. It's not my favorite Star Wars soundtrack, but it was very good for what he had to work with. I know he did Doctor Strange, the first one.
Okay. Isn't original Spider-Man guy doing
Danny Elfman,
Doctor Strange?
I believe so, which I'm excited for. Because if our Tobey Spider-Man appears in that one again, Danny, he will definitely play his theme.
But other than for that aspect, here's hoping that Tobey doesn't appear in fear of it detracting from the movie. You know what I mean? It would be cool, but it's like we just had No Way Home.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah. Michael Giacchino does a lot of Disney stuff.
Okay.
So Doctor Strange.
He did Up.
He did Up. He did Incredibles, I believe.
Okay.
Zootopia. He's done, I think, the recent Jurassic World trilogy.
So essentially, if you have a subpar movie, get Michael Giacchino, and he might make your movie better. Is that what you're saying?
No, he did the most recent Planet of the Apes trilogy, that is actually probably one of my favorites from his.
Okay.
Which is pretty good. Other than that, I think the thing he's most well known for is Lost, the TV show.
Oh, okay.
which that's a fantastic score. So you'll most likely find Michael Giacchino with J.J. Abrams.
Who did the Star Wars trilogy?
Yeah,
right?
except he wasn't there. But like JJ, he did Star Trek. Michael joined him. JJ did a couple Missions Impossible,
Mhm.
which Michael did a couple as well. It's just like Zack Snyder always has Hans Zimmer,
Mm-hmm.
and so does Nolan
Mm.
as well. Nolan always has Hans Zimmer.
So did Zimmer do the Snyder Cut?
No, unfortunately. But the other guy who worked with Zimmer on the previous movies did it.
Okay.
But yeah, Zimmer, Giacchino, they both have done a lot. And they're all over these lists.
As John looks at his list in pride.
Huh?
John looks at his list in pride.
Right, yeah. There's a lot of Batman on the battle mix.
So
On the
speaking
battle
of that,
mix. Yeah, I was wondering.
that happened. I didn't.
I see. Okay.
What happened is that I picked up a friend from an airport, and can't leave your friends at an airport alone.
Correct.
So I was seriously intending to join, right? But yeah, so that didn't happen. So now he's hosting, Dark Knight movie sometime this week. I don't really have the motivation to try to catch up. Right?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I might, but I'm not planning on it. So
that's fine.
On one end, I'm a little sad because here's the thing: do I want to get into DC? No. Am I expecting this to be the gateway for me to get into DC? No. But again, similar to similar to Iron Man, like billboards, they don't strike as much of a core memory for me as much as the Iron Man ones did, but still enough where it's like that was the movie at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on you go to a store, who are the three superheroes to see? Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and then the Hulk was number 4. So, there's some aspect of me that's kind of like I would kind of want to know, but also there's enough of me that's like I don't want to see the new Batman movie right now. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like the little bit I've seen, I have not looked into it deep enough, but the critics seem to love it so far. Awesome. Again, I haven't looked so deeply into it, so maybe it's more negative than I am seeing it to be.
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
Anyway,
but I would rather watch like a completed series that's a classic than to buy a ticket to something I don't really care about. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So yeah. So.
On the note of the new Batman movie, I listened to the soundtrack that they released.
Oh wait, they already released it?
They usually release a soundtrack a week before the movie comes out.
Okay.
Which is really weird.
I agree. Should be the day of.
Yeah. But I listened to it, and it's once again it's Michael Giacchino.
Okay. And
Michael Giacchino is a guy.
He is a guy.
Like, I like some of his stuff. I think some of his other stuff is kind of average.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that he excels at is doing emotional beats.
Mm.
That's where his best music is. Sometimes with action.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly, the thing that stands out with him are the emotional beats. And that's really what stood out in this soundtrack, is the emotional beats. His Batman theme is cool, I guess, but like the entire soundtrack is just characters' themes over and over again in different ways.
Mm.
Batman's theme is not very elaborate. It's just this. Bum 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 bum, like 4 or 5 notes over and over again. Over and over again. It gets louder each time, but that's it.
Are you saying that's bad?
It's not bad. I've not seen the movie, so I can't fully say. But it's like it's just kind of, when I compare it to older themes. For instance, the more well-known one. It's like bum 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 bum, and then it turns to bum bum ba dum ba dum bum versus bum 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 over and over again. There's like more of a story going on in themes. Nolan's one is interesting because I can't really identify a theme, a proper theme. Like I need to think. It's and then it leads into bum 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 dun, dun. I'm not doing it justice, but Nolan's I can't do justice because I really need to think about it. But yeah, anyway, I like some parts, but I'm not in love with the album as a whole. So we'll see from viewing it. It sounds interesting. So we'll see.
So has that diminished your expectations slightly?
No.
No.
Like, I knew like this was probably going to be the case with Michael Giacchino. Like, this is probably what I was going to get, but you know. But yeah, it's still a decent album.
When are you seeing the movie?
Hopefully next week.
Okay.
It's probably going to have to be late at night after my work. So.
Because what's crazy is here in Branson, they're doing a showing on Tuesday. This Tuesday. So I'm just like, because you know with the Marvel stuff, they do the preview night on Thursdays. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, a viewing on Tuesday. You know.
Yeah. Sounds like a critic viewing.
But that's here in Branson. What?
I know.
That, like, you know, if that was New York and you're saying critic viewing, that's open to fans to buy tickets for, okay, you know. I'm just like, what it's been termed as a fan event. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not going to find out. Period.
Yeah, the Battle Mix has like 4 Batman-related songs.
Nice.
Because, like, those are good. You know, it's like, I don't mean it to happen, but those are memorable for me, so.
Yeah. So, a lot of people dog on Marvel soundtracks.
Right.
At least MCU. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is that most of them aren't very noticeable. They've been doing better in recent years, but like definitely starting out, they were very inconsistent with their soundtracks and their character themes. Because like the Avengers themes didn't really come back until like Infinity War or even Endgame. So like it took a long time for them to start like putting more focus back into the soundtrack. So like they're doing better, but I still feel like there's a long ways to go. To like,
is it more or less they just need to get the right people?
Maybe. right people. Maybe they're not giving it enough time or something. I don't know what it is. I think in recent years the most notable soundtrack is Black Panther
Mm-hmm.
because it's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ludwig Göransson, who's also doing The Mandalorian.
Oh, okay. How were the Mandalorian soundtracks?
Different, but good.
Mm-hmm. So, if Hans Zimmer had to do a Marvel movie, what character would
So
he
here's
do
the
it
thing.
best for?
Hans Zimmer did Amazing Spider-Man 2.
And he also did Dark Phoenix.
I've not listened to that soundtrack, so. But Hans Zimmer can be hit or miss. Batman vs Superman is like one where I think it was more of a miss, except for a couple character themes.
So you don't really have an answer for me.
For what?
What Marvel character would Hans Zimmer do a good movie score for?
See, that's kind of difficult. I liked his Spider-Man soundtrack, so I don't know if you can recreate that, but different. If I were to think about like what Hans Zimmer has done, because he did Pirates of the Caribbean as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
He did, but that was years ago.
Right.
You're making me like give myself so much silence here for the podcast. Maybe Captain America. You know, I think Captain America has like the most consistent theme throughout most of the movies.
Was it Henry Jackman? Didn't he do it for Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Falcon and Winter Soldier? Am I correct on that?
Maybe so.
And then the Alvin guy did 3D Avengers
Alan
and the
Silvestri?
first Avenger. Yeah.
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 Yeah, he's like one of the only ones where I've consistently heard his theme. Maybe Thor's, but you know, Thor's doesn't really have the most out there theme. Iron Man doesn't have a theme, really, which is a shame. Hulk doesn't have a theme.
Who?
Hulk.
Or because I thought he did have one on the soundtrack.
He did in 2008, but like,
yeah, but they didn't reuse it.
Like I said, it's like they don't have themes because they never reuse them. You need to reuse a character theme for it to be consistent with the character. That's why the Avengers theme stands out, because it's the Avengers theme. Yeah. It's one of the only ones that stands out. That and Guardians of the Galaxy. But Guardians of the Galaxy is different. There's a big focus on soundtrack there. Yeah, I think Captain America, but more so wartime Captain America. Because, like, again, Zimmer, I like his battle music. He does good with that. It really depends. He's kind of weird. He's kind of weird.
Did you? I probably asked this before. So you did not see Dune, correct?
No, I've not.
The movie that I was a Marvel fan, kind of person loves.
Right.
As I heard Zimmer did the soundtrack for that, so just like wondering if you knew.
I knew that. I've not listened to it because I've not watched the movie.
Right.
So
I just don't really have an interest in Dune, really. I mean,
Yeah.
like maybe like one day I'll pull myself together to watch it. But again, I guess it's kind of thing. Like I'm not anxious to jump on the hype train. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like again, the cool thing with when I jumped into Marvel is that there was literally a full saga that was completed when I jumped in. With Star Wars, we have essentially, is it called a saga?
Yes.
Yeah, another whole saga that's ready. Not that that has to be the case for everything I jump into, but just nice, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Dune, it's like, oh, you want to know more? Read the books. Not saying books are bad. I'm not really going to read the books, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, I want to believe that Dune is good, you know? But it just, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
it's also sometimes like the fan like that's the thing. Like a lot of people don't listen to K-pop due to the fans, specifically
Sure.
BTS fans, right? Which I get. So maybe that's kind of partially my thing with Dune and DC. It's just like, oh, now I get it. Marvel is not perfect. I'm not here to advocate for Marvel, but it's a little annoying when it's always being ripped on, kind of thing, you know.
Sure.
So, but at the same time, on the same token, Marvel fans, like again, they're like me. That's all they watch. And the sad thing is that most of them don't realize that. At least I'm smart. So I did see with a few friends the other night the Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Have you seen that?
No. But
No.
I know of it.
Mhm. And just watching it, I'm just like, it's really interesting seeing a different take on cinematography. You know what I mean? You know, after watching just Marvel movies, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow. Like, there's actually an art that can go into, quote, cinematography, you
Mhm.
know? And so, it's just kind of cool to see, you know?
Yeah. Art and cinematography.
Hmm.
Those are the best.
So, how has your cinematography class been going?
Cine 101?
Yeah.
Fine. We're just watching movies.
Oh, which movies have you seen?
So like the first one is Indiana Jones, the first one. Second one is Toy Story. Third one is Casablanca. The one we're watching right now is Rear Window, which I've seen all of them.
Hmm.
The next one I've not seen, which is Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Are you looking forward to seeing one you haven't seen before?
Sure. Yeah. It's new. So, we'll see.
I want to go through the Pixar movies,
Pixar, yeah.
but like because of Multiverse of Madness, I want to make some of these other Marvel things priority right now.
Right.
And then after Multiverse of Madness, at least for the fun of it, go through the Toy Story movies. At least 2, 3, 4, because I haven't seen those yet. What?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a terrible memory. Are you excited about Lightyear or not really?
I mean, sure. I don't really care either way. I
Probably care
think
more about this than Turning Red,
see,
though.
I I don't even know what Turning Red is, but sure.
That's the
Yeah,
other Pixar movie releasing this year.
that no one really knows about. But yeah, Lightyear, sure. It's interesting to see what they'll do with it because their concept is weird.
I'll be honest, I'm not fully on board with the concept, but I'm just looking forward to it. You know what I mean?
It's a cool idea,
Yeah.
so we'll see how it works.
Hmm.
Other than that, I don't really care.
I watched the official trailer, and I'm just like, I'll be honest. Like the teaser I really liked, and the trailer I was like,
Right, yeah.
But I'm still excited to see it. I don't know what kind of good I'm expecting. I think it's just kind of based off the fact that I really like WALL-E, and so I'm just kind of excited to see another Pixar movie in space.
Right.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, like there's good visuals that we saw.
Yeah, I'm excited for the visuals. I think that's what it is. It's just insane what they're able to do.
Yeah, we also had like a little behind the scenes like teaser for Spider-Man
Yes.
when it comes out. We got to see some cool things there.
Do you know how tempted I am to buy that on DVD?
I might want to get it for Christmas.
That's forever away, John.
What? There's a new Downton Abbey? Sorry, this is off topic. What?
Isn't that Happy's favorite TV show or something?
It is, but there's a new movie coming out. Oh, no. Really?
I'm not sure if you're happy or upset.
So I want to be done with this.
I'll be also honest. Out of all the things, I didn't expect you to bring this into conversation.
Yeah, no, I was just looking through like a list of some trailer stuff. And like Downton Abbey, like we have a new movie coming. Which I enjoyed Downton Abbey and I was done with it. But, like we have a new movie. I just want to be done. I want to be done with this series.
I really cannot believe how studios cannot put things to rest.
Yeah, like this thing needs to be put to rest because I don't want them to just put more stress on all the drama. That drama. I'm tired of that drama, man.
I was just like really thinking. Even 10 years ago, like if there was a random movie, maybe it had an actor or two that you knew of in the movie, right?
Yeah.
But if it hit theaters, people would go see it. You know what I mean? And now, I feel like we're rehashing a conversation we had probably even last time. And then now it's just like, because of streaming, it's just like, who cares?
Right.
And then now we're in this cycle of rehashes. And
So they're remaking Cheaper by the Dozen.
yeah.
Okay.
On Disney Plus.
I'm out of the loop here.
Oh, yes, you are.
What's all this stuff? Why?
I don't know. The comments about Cheaper didn't seem positive.
Yeah, I mean.
But what do I know?
What do you know? Have you even seen the
No.
Other ones? No.
What do I know?
What do you know?
Nothing.
Anyway, so yeah, trying to work through soundtracks. That's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see where that leads me.
Yes.
I'm kind of, there's just so many out there that it's just hard to think.
Mm-hmm.
I can't listen to it all at once because I have other things to do.
Right.
And I want to do other things, like watch things.
Mm-hmm.
So next week, I will have seen some PureFlix things.
Oh, so this starts this week?
Yes, it does.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yes, that is exciting.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. You had said that some Disney Plus things, the Marvel shows, would appear there.
Not exactly. They're confirmed to hit Disney Plus in Canada.
Yes.
March 15th.
But I've also seen that it's coming in general.
That's the hope.
I think that was an announcement that was said.
I didn't see anything.
That's what people are saying. So I don't.
That's
know if
what people are saying, but really, it's Canada that's confirmed.
Right, because like the website that like automatically tells you like what's coming has that listed.
Which website?
What's on Netflix.
Because I've been keeping my eye on what's on Disney Plus, and it only says Canada. Like that's the only one that they've set for
No.
better stuff.
Hold on. Did I say that? Never mind. Forget what I said.
Here's the thing: like all those like news websites, all of them are kind of being clickbaity. You know what I mean?
Sorry. No, they're leaving Netflix. That's what I read.
Of course, John.
I'm silly.
Of course, they're coming back on Netflix, John. Of course, you would see that.
They're leaving Netflix.
I heard that the avatars are disappearing on Netflix.
What?
The avatars
The series?
of the your Daredevil people, yeah.
Oh. You mean like user avatars?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, that's fine. I don't use avatars on Netflix.
Okay. Because I saw a little.
I thought you were like talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender show.
Oh.
Like,
No.
It's like, what? Why are they doing that?
Why do we have 3 different avatars existing? Like
Yeah.
we have James Cameron, Airbender, and actual profile pictures.
Yes. It's a thing. It can be
That's a thing.
confusing at times.
Very. I don't like saying profile picture. I like saying avatar.
Profile pictures like for Facebook.
That's boring.
Avatar is like for other things. Whereas you're not using your actual pictures. You have a select thing to choose from. That's what I define as avatar.
I'm universal with the term avatar.
Well, then you'll confuse people.
Yes.
Anyway, who cares?
I already do that enough.
Who cares? Yeah. I'm pretty sure there are other things. Pretty sure.
Me too. How are you doing, John?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, I don't really know much else going on.
I could talk more about movie soundtracks, but like
You could.
I've already mentioned Michael Giacchino. It's like, cool. But it's also like, yay, Michael. And like, ooh, Michael. None of his stuff is bad. But he can get average.
Mm-hmm. One movie soundtrack that stood out to me as a kid was WALL-E.
That is a good one.
That was Wanda Newman's, as if I remember correctly. I'm going to assume Thomas.
I'm not even going to think about...
I don't know. Whatever.
I'm not even going to think about the Pixar movies for soundtracks.
Why?
Because
WALL-E is a good soundtrack.
Right. But I don't think any of that fits what I'm looking at right now. So we'll see. We'll get to that.
WALL-E has a good character soundtrack.
He does. And a good like ambiance soundtrack. That's pretty good. It is good ambiance. Ambiance soundtrack sounds
Ooh, I would actually like that.
See, what would that be though? It's a very niche thing.
Yeah.
It's mostly something you find in video games, which is my thing. So
I'd be okay if you did that.
Okay, I'll add that to my list.
I like ambient stuff.
More soundtracks. Yay. Anyway, that's my life. It's fine. Oh, right, yeah. He was a mixtape idea. Not so great songs that you like. So like not well made, stuff like that, but you like listening to it. That's a mixtape idea. For both of us. I'm kind of interested in this one.
Okay.
So.
Here's the thing. Maybe like a year ago that would have been perfect, but now I'm in such a place where I'm like, bad songs are I don't want to listen to as much now. So I'd have to be in a certain state to do that. Oh my word!
Right, like bad as in the tune is nice, but the quality of it,
like production quality.
That's one aspect, sure.
It's gonna hurt so much.
It's gonna hurt for you listening to all my stuff.
Oh, I don't like this, John. Why?
We need content for the podcast.
We have content, John.
We were the same thing every week. How you doing? Fine. I'm doing a show. I'm opening a show. We'll close the show. Next week. We're working on a show that's coming up.
Not that bad, John.
It's not that bad, no. But yeah, it would be fun to talk about. Anyway, this is probably going to be a nice place to end this one. Nice and short for today.
Yeah. And for those wondering, I will finally be opening this show in a few weeks, and then hopefully I will act normal again.
And we can actually listen to stuff.
And we can actually listen to stuff. I want to watch the X-Men animated thing.
Yes. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.